Hello, my name is Mr. Q7 and today I'll be showing you me playing Persona 5 on the Nintendo Switch and how to do it yourself. Now some quick disclaimers before we start. One, I am not running the game on my Nintendo Switch, but I am streaming it from my computer slash PS4. And I say computer slash PS4 because I'll get into that later and explain why it's, both. Uh, so it requires a computer slash PS4 to stream it. Now, if you're going to think while watching this right now, oh, it's just streaming it, it's not actually running on the Switch, then this is misleading. Then my argument is the game, I'm controlling the game through the Switch, I am seeing the game through the Switch. So I'd consider that playing it on the Switch, even though it's not running natively. Second, you need a Switch capable of entering RCM to do this. On the screen, I'll put down a little chart where you can check your serial number to see if your Switch can boot into RCM. If it can't, you're just kind of out of luck and sorry. Normally, Switches bought after mid-2018, I believe, cannot enter RCM. So, but check the chart, see if your Switch is good. Third, the way I'm doing it isn't the only way to do it. There are lots of other ways that you can do it. I just prefer this one because it runs in Android, so that you don't have to worry about getting a ban as you would in something like SkyNX that runs in Atmosphere. And also, Rainway, I just find it easy to use, simple, and I can stream, full 1080p 60 FPS, no problem. So yeah, you don't have to do it the way I'm doing it, but the way I'm doing it is just the way I like to do it. Fourth, I will explain how I did this in the basic steps, and I'll leave a link to the guide, the official Android on Switch guide down below. If you'd like to see me do a video guide, you can comment so down below and I'll make one. But I would recommend, if you want to do this for yourself, go down to the guide below, because text guides, like for example, if something changes, the text guide will get updated where my video won't, obviously, because it's a video. And lastly, this was recorded with both my PC and my Nintendo Switch using a wired LAN connection and not Wi-Fi. This is because a LAN connection is just better than Wi-Fi, but if you don't have a LAN adapter, for example, or your computer's not connected, or your PS4 is not connected with Ethernet or a LAN connection, then Wi-Fi will work. It's just you might not be able to achieve the visual quality that you would with an Ethernet connection. Also, you might have things like some stuttering. It's possible that it could disconnect. Like, Ethernet's recommended because it doesn't have as many potential issues, but Wi-Fi will work. If you're doing it on Wi-Fi, you don't have to worry, oh no, this isn't going to work. No, it will. It just won't be as good. Alright, I'm done talking about disclaimers, so let's get into the content, which is me explaining how I did this while there's gameplay footage in the background. So what I did to be able to do this was, first I had to download Lineage OS, which is the name of the Android version that we're running, from the guide, which is from XDA. I'll link it down below. Go check it out. And I flashed the image using a program called Boolean Etcher, to a micro SD card. And Boolean Etcher is also down below in the XDA site. Now, if you're following this guide and doing this yourself, make sure the SD card is empty. It doesn't have anything on it, because when you flash the image, it will wipe everything on the SD card. So don't take the SD card out of your Switch that has all your games on it and then flash an image to it, because then that'll all disappear. So like for me, I have my one SD card for all my Switch games and stuff, and I have another one just for Android that's completely separate. Once you flash it, there's some zip files that you're going to want to download and put on the SD card. Open Gaps, which is all the Google apps like the Play Store and Chrome and all that. The Shieldifier app, which makes your Switch look like an NVIDIA Shield. And the last one I would recommend downloading would be Magisk to get root access on your Switch in case you want to do things that require root access. The next step after you've placed the zips you want, if you don't really want any, I just recommend Open Gaps would be like a definite for me. Well, it's a definite if you want to do the method, because you have to download Rainway from the Play Store, which requires Open Gaps. Okay, the next step is entering RCM on your Switch. So I use an RCM jig that I bought off of Amazon for like $5. But you can use a paper clip. You just have to be careful, because if you connect the wrong pins, you can fry something, and that is not good. So I just played it safe, spent $5, got an RCM jig, and it works fine. Then you connect it to your PC with a cable, or you can use an Android phone, but I just use my computer because why not? And use a program called Tegra RCM GUI. That's what I use to push the Hecate 5.0.0 payload to the Switch. I believe that's also. I don't know if Tegra RCM GUI is in this XDA site. I'll just leave a link to where you can get it down below. Once you're in Hecate, you need to go to More Payloads, click on the Android icon, and while holding volume up and power button, this will boot you into TWRP, which is a custom bootloader. Inside of TWRP, you need to mount the system and vendor partitions, and then flash all the zip files you have, so Open Gaps, Shieldifier, Magisk, any other ones. After you flash the zips, you have to wipe the cache and delve kit, then reboot back into Hecate, and then go back into More Payloads, then boot into Android, and it'll start booting up. Now, if what I just said doesn't make any sense to you, that you might want to go look up how to use TWRP. If you're not really experienced in custom ROMs or bootloaders with Android, so example, like if you've only used iPhones your whole life or something, then this might be a little tricky. But again, go down to the XDA guide and just follow the steps, and you should be good. If you still don't get it, you could ask for a video tutorial and I'll make one. But yeah, it sounds complicated, but it isn't that complicated. Just follow the steps and you should be good. Okay, now once Android has booted in, it doesn't take too long to load into Android, but it isn't like instant. It isn't as fast as the Switch's OS. You're gonna be met with an Android startup screen, like if you've ever got a brand new Android. It's just the setup process. Now just go ahead and set it up like you would a normal phone or tablet or whatever, except it's important to not connect to the Wi-Fi until you're done with the setup. I don't know why, but on the guide they said don't do it, so I didn't do it, and I would recommend you not do it yourself. I don't know what will happen, but probably won't be good. Once you're in Android and you're connected to the internet, you want to go to the Play Store and download the Rainway application. Also, if you don't have Rainway on your computer, you're going to want to download it on there because they have to work together. And then also, I use the RSPC3 emulator to run Persona 5 on my computer, and that's how I stream it to the Switch. Also, in the XDA forum, there is an application called Ethernet. That's just the name of it. That if you have a LAN adapter, you can download it and then use Ethernet on your Nintendo Switch, which it's better than Wi-Fi. So if you have it, I'd recommend doing it. And this is the part once you're in Android, where there's two options. The first option is what I did, which is get Rainway, get the PS3 emulator. I'm probably saying the name wrong. RSPC3, and set it up, and then play Persona 5 on the emulator, streaming it to your Switch. The other way you could do it is use your PlayStation 4, download the Remote Play app for PlayStation 4 on your Switch from the Play Store, and then just stream your PlayStation 4 to your Switch. Now, if you're going to do that, obviously it requires a PS4 and requires Persona on there. Also, using the PS4 method, you can do any game, including Persona 5 Royale, if you want to play that. But you have to use a DualShock controller, and if you want to use the Joy-Cons or a Switch controller, you can use a program to remap the controls from those, like the Switch's buttons, so that it looks like a DualShock 4 or an Xbox One controller. The benefit of using the emulator in a computer is the fact that you can use a 60 FPS mod to play the game at 60 frames a second instead of the normal 30 that you would find on a PS4. So I think it looks really smooth with the 60 FPS mod, but again, if you don't have a computer and all you have is a PS4 or something, then you're kind of stuck with what you got. And yeah, for Rainway, you just launch Rainway, and then for RSPC3, if I swear I'm saying the name wrong, I'm sorry if you're watching this and you're like, oh, you're saying the name wrong, I probably am. You have to add it manually by going to Games, add shortcut, and then find the exe for the emulator and add it. That's an extra step they gotta do, but it's not very complicated. And that's really it. You hit play, it plays, and as you saw at the start of the video, I launched the app. I click on our PCS3. I swear I can't say its name. I'm sorry. And you just click play, and then it brings up the program, and then on your computer you have to double click Persona 5, and then it'll launch up, and you're good. So that's really it. For somebody that doesn't really know how to do homebrew stuff for both the Switch and Android, this might be a little difficult. This might be a bit to take in, but if you follow the guide, you should be good. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.